How you doing? Good, good. How you doing?
So what needs to change with the offense?
We need to score. We need to score, keep drives alive, get more plays, more opportunities, and just finish drives for the most part.
What about with the deep passing game in particular?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're just gonna take what they give us, until they, start to play us more man coverage and up in our faces. I mean, it doesn't make sense to, just try to air it out, just for the sake of doing that. So, always gonna take what they give us and try and be efficient on offense. I mean, that's the main goal is to be efficient and to move the ball and to score.
Pete talked about, maybe just with the trust they have in you, maybe having you do more. To you, what does that look like? I mean, like you said, you don't want to force things, but you feel like there's opportunities to take more shots? Or?
Yeah, I believe there'll be opportunities. I mean, we're 2 games into the season, and we got a long season to play. But I do believe there'll be more opportunities. That comes with different scenarios and situations and games. I just don't think we've been in that situation a bunch, and so, like I said, when there's opportunities to take shots, which we had taken one in the last game, it got called back. But when we do get those opportunities, we're going to take them. But if they continue to play us off and soft, we got to still be efficient and still move the chains, and we're fine doing that as well.
So have you passed up, I guess, any of those? I mean, for the sake of being kind of safer or whatever?
Not at all. No.
Geno, your head coach said that he wanted to free you up more. The protection issues the first couple of weeks with the rookie tackles was one of the reasons. Have you felt hindered, and what does free you up more mean to you?
That's really a question for Coach, but I haven't felt hindered. I think we're, again, staying on schedule and doing what it takes to be, an efficient football team and play complementary football. So, we're not trying to go out there and just throw the ball up in a double coverage. We got great guys, and they run great routes. So we're going to be efficient, and we're going to do, whatever it takes to score. If it's throwing deep, short, or intermediate, we're trying to get points on the board. And I think that's the main thing, whether it's long or short. When you're scoring points, it's not an issue. But when you don't score points, it becomes an issue.
Looking at your running game, too, I mean, you have weapons like Rashad Penny, Kenneth Walker. If those guys can get going this week and kind of break out more than they have, what do you think that really can do to just open up the offense like Coach Carroll wants?
Yeah, I think, a key to being a good offense is being balanced. And we're going to rely on our run game as well. Those guys are explosive. I can't wait to see Ken Walker get into the open field. Penny's been running hard. Just the opportunities haven't really been there. Really in the second game. The first game we were a little more balanced. So we're going to rely on those guys and our guys up front as well. We're going to need that in order to win a bunch of games. And so we just got to continue to develop, as a team and as an offense, and continue to, try and search out or seek out that balance that we're looking for. And then obviously taking advantage of all of our opportunities, whether it's in the run game or the passing game.
Do you see teams adjust, like defenses adjust mid-game with the amount of too high safety that they might play in the beginning of the game, and then if you're hitting them underneath and your run game is going, do you see teams adjust?
I think they will. I think as the run game begins to come along more, and as we continue to just stay efficient, they're going to get tired of the completions and things like that, and they're going to press us and get in our faces and try and make us beat them, getting behind them, which I have full confidence in. But the past 2 games, again, it's been a lot of shell coverage. Even when there has been press coverage, the safeties are playing over the top. So, they're really mindful of number 16 and number 14 out there. And we can expect that. They're great players. And so, offense is a collective thing. It's not a one guy or 2 guy thing. And so we all have to continue to develop collectively as an offense and figure out ways to move the chains and score points.
Has that been more shell defense than you've seen from those teams in the past that they've run against you guys?
I hadn't played the Broncos last year, and I really, I would say so versus the 49ers for sure. But the Broncos, I think that's what they do, and a lot of teams are doing that now. That's kind of the trend of the NFL, and so we just got to figure out ways to score. It doesn't matter what they're playing out there on defense. It's about our execution as an offense.
As you said, the main goal obviously is to score, but kind of cool, seeing 80% completion percentage, 3 straight starts. I guess that's never been
Yeah,
done.
I mean, the goal is to always be efficient. And, I'm not really harping on that too much. I think it's just circumstantial. And, obviously I want to complete 100% of the passes I'm throwing. Try to complete them all. But, the main thing, again, is to stay on schedule as an offense and to put us in the right position to make plays. I mean, however that happens, it doesn't really matter to me. We just want to win.
How do you quantify being on schedule?
Getting the ball out on time, not taking sacks, putting the ball in the hands of the playmakers, going through your progressions, in the right amount of time.
Is there like a certain yardage, what's on schedule on first down? I mean, obviously when you get first
Well, a
down.
positive play, any positive play, you don't want to have negatives, but I would say 3 to 4 yards, 3 to 4 yards on the first down. You want to, obviously you want to score, if you can, but, if you get 3 to 4 yards, if you're in third and manageable situations, then you're, pretty much on schedule for the game.
Can you tell us a little about Ken Walker and what you've seen from him and how you think the offense is going to kind of change a little bit when he gets going?
Yeah, man, Ken's explosive. I mean, super explosive. He runs hard. He's quick, shifty. All the things you look for in a great back. I think he's got the potential to be, a really good back. And as he gets, going along, and as Rashad gets going along, and Homer and DJ, man, it could be special. It really can be. And so we expect those guys to, make big plays, and we're going to keep leaning on them and, trust that those things are going to happen.
I've been asking people this week about Kam Chancellor because he's on the list of new nominees for the Hall of Fame. I know you didn't play with him, but you were on teams that had the game plan for him. Just what was he like as an opposing player that you're scheming against?
I mean, true hybrid, man. Really dynamic in the back end and the secondary, and then, he's basically a linebacker, playing safety. I mean, the guy could hit, he could run, he can pick you off, and then his leadership. I mean, that's all they talk about around here is his leadership. Still comes back, talks to the guys, still comes back and leads the guys, and his impact in the city of Seattle has been great, and so I think he's deserving. I don't have a vote, but if I did have one, I'd vote him in.
Atlanta's defense, from what you've seen of them on film this year, do they compare? I mean, do you think they'll try to do what San Francisco and Denver did, or would that be out of character for them?
I think there are multiple defense, so we can expect them to try and, they'll try and do whatever. They'll look at the film, and whatever worked against us, they're going to try and do that. I would expect that, and so until we beat it, until we can show that we can put up points against it. And so there are multiple defense. They got a bunch of great guys on that side, a lot of veteran guys, really good defensive backs, really good linebackers, speedy pass rushers. Grady Jarrett leads that, that defense. And so another tough test, NFL team, and, we got to be ready for them.
What's your theory on why that defense is kind of taking the NFL, why more teams are doing that?
My theory is because offenses, it's become more of a passing league, and offenses have been more explosive in the recent past. And so I think teams are saying, hey, man, we'll give you the run, bend but don't break type of mentality, and, force teams to take those 10, 12-play drives versus, getting a one-on-one and you take a big play and, drives over. So I think teams are just playing more safe on defense.
How would you describe how much leeway you have at the line of scrimmage pre-snap and stuff?
I feel like I have a ton of leeway. I feel like, the guys trust me and my preparation and what I'm seeing out there. I'm not out there just making stuff up, though. We practice this stuff, and we go up, we see it every day, and we talk about it, and we meet and go over things over and over. And so when I'm up there, we have, full leeway. But, again, it's all planned, that type of thing.
How much different is the stuff you got to look for pre-snap on an early down versus a third and an obvious passing situation?
It's a little different, but every down is, you're always looking to see what they can run any defense they want, and so you got to be able to read your keys and see what they're doing out there. And so third downs are a lot different because it's more protection oriented versus first and second down, but overall it's just pretty much the same thing.
What did you see from Atlanta's defense maybe change, looking at their Rams game specifically, from the first half when they were giving a bunch of points to the second half when they came back? What did they do differently?
They forced some turnovers. They got some pressure on the quarterback. They got a fumble late in that game. I think they had an interception or two also. So they forced some turnovers, and then they were playing inspired. They had momentum, and they were trying to come back, and they made a lot of great plays in that second half.
How impressed have you been with, starting 2 rookie tackles is pretty unusual. To have those guys protecting on both sides, how impressive have they been?
They're both impressive, man. 2 of the best rookies I've been around. They're right in the thick of this thing. They're learning the offense as well as just going out there and playing. And I think they've done a tremendous job in protection. They're doing a great job in run blocking. And they're still learning, which is a positive sign. So I can't wait to continue to see the continued growth and see where they go towards the end of the season.
When you're prepping for a defense, do you go far back into the coordinator's history? And if so, how far back?
Man, as far as you can. I mean, I try and find any look, any scheme, anything that he's done in his past that would give us issues, and just present them to the group and see how we can figure things out and not have those issues come about. But there'll always be something that we haven't seen. Also, I expect them to have some type of pressure or something that we haven't seen on tape. So, you just got to stick to your rules and go with what you know.
What's the furthest you've gone back on a coordinator?
I mean, you can go back years, man, 5 years, 10 years. It doesn't really matter as long as it's really about just, figuring out what they do, what's his pattern, and, the things that he's used to doing that he does a lot. And then, if you got a tell or something, you go back and look and see if it was the same thing.
One more. What have you thought of just how A.J. Terrell's season has started? It seems like it's uncharacteristic for him giving up a lot of big plays, not like he did last year.
I didn't really pay attention. No offense to him, I didn't really pay attention last year. But I will say that I think he's a tremendous player, a great player. Definitely a guy you got to watch out for. And I think again it's circumstantial. It's 2 games. He might have gave up a play here and there, but I'm sure he's gonna focus on eliminating that. So we just got to work that much harder to try and make plays when we can.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.